Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. I'm gonna give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're gonna be talking about that damn Deandre Ayton. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, as you guys know, I told you guys at the beginning of the season that this was going to be the first time in a very long time that I'm actually going to be covering the Lakers closely. And with that, it meant that I had to start studying their players, how they play, and all of that, how they mesh with one another. And one of their new acquisitions over the summer was Deandre Ayton. Now, when that news came down that the Lakers had acquired Deandre Ayton, I didn't care much. The guy had a poor reputation of being someone that's not serious. He left, Phoenix in with a bad taste in their mouth when he left that organization, when he had his spats with and feuds with I forgot the coach's name. I think Monty Ellis or something like that. I can't remember his name. So Ayton had the reputation of not being a serious person. And then when the season started, I was looking for this guy to be a double-double guy. 10 plus points, 10 plus rebounds, play defense, and just guard the paint and play his role. But on many occasions, you would see Deandre Ayton being very, very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. And I said to myself, this is not a serious guy at all, right? He's not a serious guy. He would, and people began to take notice. If you look at his numbers this year, the guy is averaging 12 points per game on 66% shooting from the field with only 8.4 rebounds. A 7-footer averaging less than double digits in rebounds with only 8 rebounds, which is 2 rebounds down from last year in what he averaged in Portland in 40 games. In 40 games. Ayton is only averaging, to me, there's no excuse for that. And if you look at his box plus minus, is -7. He's always had a negative box plus minus for the last 4 years, right? Ayton is just not a reliable person. And it seems like he is finally beginning to understand that he's not serious, right? And there were some comments that he made earlier in the season about, I want to be featured more and all of this. And some other NBA players bro, what are you talking about? I think it was DeMarcus Cousins or someone. It's yo, what are you talking about? You want more? And they're trying to turn me into Clint Capella. It's what do you think this is? And I knew he wasn't a serious person when there was that whole feud about JJ Redick calling out the players. And then he asked Ayton about it. He was like, hey, man, I didn't hear nothing about it. Y'all believe that? That's just media hype, man. We're over here. We're doing good, man. Life is good. I'm playing with the Lakers. I'm in LA. Life is good. I'm this is the guy that they have on the roster. So he put out some comments where I'm like, okay, he's beginning to get it. But before we even get into what he had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. The playoff push is heating up. Tournament hoops are here, and there's no better time to make your picks on PrizePicks. Every bucket, every dime, every win means more when you're right. And here's what got me excited. PrizePicks now has team picks. So on top of all the player picks you already love, you can now pick game winners, spreads, and totals too. I've been using it and honestly have no idea why I waited so long. I made my first team pick on a basketball game the other night, and it made watching so much more fun. The best part, you can even pick who's going to cut down the nets in a few weeks or who's winning it all this summer. All right in the same PrizePicks app. And team picks are available in 35 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Washington. If you're right on your picks, you cash in. It's that simple. Download the PrizePicks app today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoffs rolls on. And get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, cool. So what I want to do is I'm going to put up the image for you now. This is from Sideline Sources, and it says, I looked in the mirror and said, yo, bro, you're not that guy. Deandre Ayton on realizing his role with the Lakers. Next slide says, Deandre Ayton realized his role with the Lakers. I just started to look in the mirror and said, yo, bro, you're not that guy. You don't need to be on this team doing all of that. This team, you came here to be the effort guy. Deandre always says he was the reason for the Lakers' struggle. Ayton says he. It goes on. Everybody's been completely locked in, and I'm just tired of being the odd man out. I think I told the media the other day, it's just me finally catching up. Team's been there. It's just me. And they went on to show a highlight of this guy. Are we in kindergarten right now? Am I supposed to be standing up and clapping for this dude? Like, yay, good job, DeAndre. You finally realized that you went to LA to do your job. Like, what are we supposed to say about this, man? What are we supposed to say about this? And that's been the reputation of this guy. I'm just a big kid, extremely immature. What do you mean you finally looked yourself in? So let me get this straight. You looked at the roster with players like LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves and thought somewhere in all of that, what? You would be like a key feature in that all. Like, what are we talking about? You didn't figure out that your role was to be a double-double guy, a guy that would play defense, crash the boards, set good screens and picks and all. You didn't figure that out. You're figuring this out in the end of mid-March. It took you till mid. So what were you doing all the other months? Having a good time out there in LA, having a good old jolly time. Man, it looks like LA be swallowing up those that it ain't ready, man. Look at Luka. Look at what Luka's going through in his personal life. If you don't have your head on your shoulders firmly screwed on, man, it's like people get lost in the sauce out there in LA, man. You know, people go over there and they get caught up in the glitz and the glamour and the sunshine and the palm trees and, oh my God, it's beautiful and this and that. And you almost forget why you're there in the first place. I'm confused how this guy is figuring this out now in March. So, first of all, good for you. I'm glad that you finally got the memo. That being said, I still don't expect much out of this guy anyway. And if the Lakers can get rid of him this summer, they should. There's no purpose of having a Deandre Ayton on your roster. He's not going to be a piece to a championship contender or a championship. He's not serious. He's not serious. And these are the kind of guys that should have never made it on this team. He's not serious. You look at him, he's been a complete disappointment. Not for the fact that, I'm hoping for him to score 20 a night. No, I mean, he's been a disappointment within his own role. And also, we got to look at the coach for not clearly defining his role better. And then I'm glad he looked himself in the mirror and realizing, bro, what did you think? So I'm confused. You thought they were going to feature you like what, Nikola Jokic or something? You were expecting to come to LA and average 18 and 12 or 19 and 11? Like, I'm confused. So he's one of these guys that the Lakers are going to need to get rid of in the near future. I don't see this team going anywhere when you have clowns like this on the road. I'm sorry, man. And when he made those comments about Clint Capella, y'all remember when he made everyone ripped him, even on Inside the NBA, Shaq and Charles. But like, what are you talking about? Like, they all ripped him. So anyway, these are my thoughts, man. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Peace.